When I think about you, I think about giving myself to you. 'Cause you know I want you, babe, and I would do anything. I'm going to show you guys how to cornrow braiding hair into real human hair. So let's get right into the video. So you can see that I first parted out a section. Now, if this is a real person, a real client, you want to make sure that this part is as crisp as you can get it. And one way that I found that helps you get nice crisp parts is by using some type of holding gel. I use the Shine and Jam. You take it and on your finger, and then you, wherever you made that part at, you run your finger down that part. You take a rat tail comb or a comb that has a fine tooth on it, and you trace that part to get the exact straight part that you would need if you're working on a real client. And my advice to you is, if you're working on a mannequin in preparation to work on a real client, then you should always be trying to practice straight parts, because no one wants you to do their hair and leave them with any crooked parts. So the first thing that I'm going to tell y'all to do is separate the hair. That's literally the best thing that you can do. You want that first piece to be pretty small. So, and you kind of want them to gradually grow bigger. So my first piece is going to be like that, and then they're going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger until we get down to the end. Now, depending on the size of the final braid that the person has requested will depend on the sizing of the feed-in pieces of hair, because if you're going for a really big braid, that first initial piece won't be as small as it would be if you're going for a medium or even a small braid. So you want to just make sure that you're stretching out the hair, and you want to try to do that, keep it even for each braid. That's the tricky part, keeping the pieces of hair even. So the first thing that you can do, this is not a stitch braid, this is a regular feed-in braid. You're going to take that first line of hair, the hair that you're going to start the braid with, and you're going to split it into 3, and you're going to braid. Now, because this is a regular feed-in braid, you should start off with using the client's natural hair. Okay, and then once you've braided a few times, then that's when you can add in the braiding hair. So I've braided 3 times, and I'm going to now add in that braiding hair, and then also take that piece of hair that I was going to grab and do that. And then I'm going to do the same. Well, I'm going to add hair on the same side every time. And I'm going to add that second piece of hair in. And then I'm going to take some of the client's hair and braid it. And then I'm going to switch back. It could be the client's hair first or the braiding hair. It doesn't matter. Okay. And then you're going to keep doing that same thing until you get down to the end of the client's hair. You don't want to take too much, or you don't want to take too little of a piece. And then, as you can see, my fingers are naturally grabbing hair before I switch over. And then I'm going to add some more hair. And keep braiding. And then I'm going to just keep braiding And the tricky part here with feed-in braids is making sure that, one second. The tricky part with feed-in braids here is making sure that the back part of the hair, so right underneath here, is snatched in as possible, nice and tight. That's the first thing that's going to come out when the hair style begins to get old. But like I always say, you have to be very careful, just so that you don't give your client any tension bumps or anything like that. So like I just say, braid straight down and braid in all of that hair. And then as you can see, now you have a feed-in cornrow braid that's neat and even. You don't see any super small pieces and then super large pieces of hair. It's all even. And that is how you do a feed-in braid. So I can show y'all one more time. So you want to take, so if you're going for, like I always say, make the braid as perfect as possible. So when you're starting in the front, I like to look straight up, piece that out with a comb. And this, like I said, this is not a stitch braid, but this is how you would stitch braid. Like you use the same method really, and you just stitch the braid. So you're going to braid and then start to take some of the client's hair. Be really careful on how much you're taking each time. Now I'm going to add my first piece of hair in. I'm going to keep braiding, taking pieces. And when you take each piece, you want to make sure that the hair is it's like it's in there, it's straight. And that's why you see a lot of braiders, they'll use a comb when they're doing feed-in braids, because you want it to be smooth. And you're just going to keep adding. You want the pieces to get bigger as you go down. And then you're going to keep adding the hair. And another trick that I say use when you're braiding is you need to know how many pieces of hair that you're adding into each braid. And you can see the hair all tangled up. This is old hair, but the braid is in. And you can see that it's not any pieces where it's not even. You can see it's straight even from the top to the bottom. And that is how you do a cornrow. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys also learned something. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Mwah.